Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tausif, and I'm back with a new live stream. And I know this is quite late. It's almost midnight here in Wisconsin when I'm starting this live stream. So anyone who's joining, thank you so very much. I see Deha is here. Deha, thank you for being here. And I hope others will join. I'm trying not to miss a single day of live streaming. So if people are tuning in, uh, wonderful, great. I see Kay Cooper is here. Kay, good to see you. Thank you. Um, Chris is asking how you doing, brother. I'm doing fine. Thank you so very much. I'm doing well. Thank you. All right. So hopefully more of our friends will be tuning in. And I got something important to discuss, although, I say that every day, right? Important to discuss. Important things, because there are so many important things happening, okay? Every day, there's something new. We learn something, new findings, shocking developments, good news, bad news, whatever. Frank is here. Hi, Frank. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. So, my friends, I want to get started, but before that, I want to say if you have not yet subscribed, please do so. Please subscribe to the channel, be a part of the community, participate in the live chat, and like this video, share this video. Thank you, my friend. So let's start by talking about tariffs. For a president, it is important to make adjustments to policies as needed. A president must be strong and humble at the same time. A president must understand logic and reason. And a president must be focused on achieving results. Imposing tariffs is not something that is set in stone. It's not something that's set in stone. It's not a forever thing. Tariffs may be there for a very, very long time, but not for all eternity. Okay? And once again, it's not all or nothing. Like either it's all tariffs or no tariffs. No. So what I think is that tariffs must be adjusted, changes must be made, tariffs must be increased as needed, tariffs must be decreased if the situation requires, and a good leader should always be open to making adjustments. Now I'm gonna tell you why I'm saying this. Okay. First of all, I'm saying this because this is the truth. This is the reality. Any leader must be open to adjustments when it comes to tariffs. And a president who is willing to do that, who is willing to be flexible, a president who is willing to be flexible is going to be successful in achieving the desired outcomes. President Donald J. Trump is exactly that kind of a president. Somebody who thoroughly studies a situation, somebody who monitors an ongoing situation, somebody who pays attention to new developments and needs as they arise, and a president who is willing to change one's policy or make adjustments to one's policy as needed. So President Trump announced, and some of you may already know this, Um, okay, I don't know what that viewer is trying to say. There's a viewer named R. Okay, anyway. Um, so President Trump has already announced, and some of you may have heard this already, that there are exemptions that are being allowed with regard to the tariffs. So the Trump administration is exempting imported smartphones and laptops and other electronics from reciprocal tariffs. I believe that this is a move that would provide some relief to the consumers. So anyone who was worried about prices of electronics, that smartphones prices may go up, or laptop prices may go up, or flat screen television prices may go up. Well, President Trump's decision to allow these exemptions, now it's going to make the consumers happy. Now, this should be a good news for a lot of people. And so hard drives and computer processors and semiconductor manufacturing equipment, memory chips, and some other products are being exempted according to a guidance that was issued on Friday. And the reason why I say that this is reasonable, this is a very reasonable decision that President Donald J. Trump has made. The reason why I say that this is reasonable is because there are companies that have electronics production facilities in other countries. And we know that companies now strongly feel encouraged to move their production to the US. But that cannot happen overnight. If a company, an American company, let's say an American company has production facility in a foreign country, that company now strongly feels encouraged to move production to the United States because the company leaders can see, hey, we now have a real leader in the White House. We have one of the best presidents in American history, probably the best president in American history. And this president understands the value of businesses, understands the importance of the private sector. This president understands the importance of cutting regulations. This president understands the importance of cutting red tape and the bloated federal bureaucracy. This president understands the importance of tax cuts. This president understands the importance of having a sound business climate. So now, company leaders, they strongly feel encouraged to move production to the US. In fact, a lot of companies out there, and I'm very, very sure about this, I feel very confident, they probably cannot wait to move production out of foreign countries and expand their production facility in the US or relocate. And so that's great news. And it's all happening because we have a very strong leader in the White House. But such a move cannot happen overnight. Companies, it's just like in the wink of an eye, you cannot move production from outside the country to inside the country, US soil. These are big decisions. And there's a lot of manpower needed. There's a lot of, there's a very thorough process that must be followed when companies want to relocate their production facilities, when companies want to move production facilities from one country to another. And so it can't happen overnight. It cannot happen over a period of days or weeks. It takes longer than that. It takes longer than that. So if companies commit to moving production from a foreign country to the United States, they must be given some time to make those changes. And that's reasonable. And some relief should be provided to these companies in the meantime, as well as to the consumers. So the exemption for electronic products is a common sense decision. That is what I think. And if you disagree with me, let me know. If you agree with me, let me know. Kara, good to see you. Edwin, good to see you. Frank, good to see you. Who else is here? Malcolm is here. Malcolm, good to see you. Paul, and there are some others here. Okay. All right, my friends, as you are tuning in, make sure that you're subscribing. Okay, please subscribe. Checkmate is here. That's a cool name, Checkmate. Are you a chess player, Checkmate? Do you play chess? I'm not big into chess, but I know it's a very cool game. So anyway, cool name, by the way, Checkmate. Misty is here. Hi, Misty. So good to see you. Misty is here. Misty, welcome. Our friend from Pennsylvania. Okay. All right. Misty says, I miss you, Tassif. Well, Misty, I'm back. I'm here. So good to see you, Misty. We missed our friend Misty also. So Misty is back. That's great. Please make sure that you're supporting this channel by liking this video. Give this video a thumbs up, okay? It's very, very important so that we can once again, reach thousands and thousands of people. I would appreciate your support, my friend. So support this channel. Okay. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Okay. Adjust the screen here. Okay, so as I was saying, so if companies commit to moving production to the US, they must be given some time to make those changes. And some relief should be provided, and so the exemption for electronic products is a common sense decision, I think. So when the American people see the day-to-day decisions that President Donald J. Trump is making, people feel more confident about President Trump. People feel that, yes, we finally have a great leader in the White House. The American people feel more and more confident that our country is in good hands. The leadership at the top of the federal government, in the executive branch, is doing great. I believe so. And you can share with me your thoughts, okay? Now, there's a lot of enthusiasm in the technology community right now. The exemptions will help the tech sector, and it will create a pathway for bringing back production to the United States. So, this is the truth. What I just told you, these are the facts. But there are lots of left-wing voices out there that'll tell you, oh, the smartphones are going to become a lot more expensive. Oh, we're not going to be able to afford laptops. Oh, the televisions are going to become so expensive. Don't listen to those voices. By the way, hold on, give me 1 second. All right. Don't listen to those left-wing voices that are spreading false information. There are left-wing voices out there that are saying that, oh, things are going to become expensive. People won't be able to afford these electronics, the hard drives and the smartphones and the laptops, the televisions, is all going to be so expensive. Do not listen to them. Do not listen to the lies. Do not pay attention to the lies. Follow the truth, listen to the truth, understand the truth, and spread the truth, my friends. Texas Repo is here. Texas Repo, so good to see you. Our friend Texas Repo has just tuned in. All right. Please tell me who's new here. Freshly is here. Hi, Freshly. Good to see you. So good to see you, Freshly. Okay, we have more viewers. Excellent. Anyone here for the first time? Let me know if you're here for the first time. So I want to hear from you, my friends. At this time, let me pause, and I have more things I want to talk about. Terry is here. Hi, Terry. Terry has such a nice compliment for me. Terry Gilly. Good to see you, Terry. My friends, how do you feel about the tariffs and the exemptions, the electronic goods exemptions? Just tell me, do you support Trump's decision? Just say, give this video a thumbs up, and in the live chat, just say, support Trump. I agree with his decision, or great job, whatever. However you want to express your viewpoints, please do so. I want to hear from you. Do you support President Trump's decision to impose the tariffs, the 90-day pause that he announced while the negotiations continue, but not pause on China? The China tariffs are going to be there, okay? But electronics exemptions were announced on Friday. Texas Repo is saying everyone in here supports Trump. Yes, I think so. Kay Cooper is writing, I support President Trump. He has wisdom. Excellent. Misty is saying, I have faith in everything Trump is doing. Thank you, Misty. Thank you. Freshly is saying, support Trump. Great. Excellent. Anyone else? Tangerine is here. Hi, Tangerine. So good to see you. Share with me your thoughts, my friends. Tangerine is saying, I support President Trump. Excellent. Paul is saying, I support Trump's fairness. Great. Longdon family. Kara is saying, absolutely support Trump. Wonderful. Anyone else? Anyone else, my friends? Share your thoughts with me. Checkmate is saying, I support Trump. Great. Okay. Paul is asking, where are you from? I'm in Wisconsin, Paul. I'm in Wisconsin. Deha is saying exemptions are the right move. Okay, that's great. Deha agrees with the exemptions. Excellent. Now, Deha, if I remember correctly, you are in Washington State, right? You're in Washington State. That's a major state for the tech industry. Freshly likes my shirt. Thank you. Kay Cooper is asking me a question about what may happen with Chinese companies. I don't know. I have not studied the matter enough to be able to give an answer, but Kay, I can tell you one thing. I can tell you one thing. And I've said this before, so I'm sorry if I'm repeating, but some information needs to be repeated because there are always new viewers who are tuning in who may not have heard me speak before. There's a major transformation taking place in the way we do international trade. And President Trump was elected to change the status quo. So I presented numbers. I think I did that yesterday. How much of goods we import from China versus export. And you just look at the trade deficit. It is shocking. It is shocking to see how much we import from China, but we don't export as much. It's not that we don't want to export. It's not that we don't have stuff to export, but China has set up barriers. China has set up barriers, tariffs as well as non-tariff barriers, which makes it very, very difficult to do business with China when you're trying to sell. They will sell products all over the world, but if you want to sell sell your products to China, it's very, very difficult. And so this kind of unfair trade arrangement has existed for quite a while, and we can go back we can go back and look at previous administrations. You can look at Obama, you can look at Clinton. I mean, you look at previous administrations and do a thorough analysis of, okay, how did we get to this point? How did we get to this point that we're not able to sell to China as much as we are buying from China? And we've got this huge trade deficit. And so I'm not saying blame one administration. I'm not saying blame 2 or 3 administrations. I'm just saying whatever problem we have right now, it is the result of years and decades of poor policy making or lack of attention to these issues. And that's why I think the people of this country overwhelmingly elected Donald J. Trump, because we don't need a politician who's going to continue with business as usual. We need a real leader who's going to fix the problems, who's going to take bold steps, who's not going to be who's not going to slow down in any way, okay, no matter how big the challenge is. And that's exactly what we are seeing. It takes a lot of guts to impose tariffs. It's not an easy decision. It takes a lot of guts because it is such a major move. Even seasoned politicians, people who have spent years in Washington, if given the power of the executive branch, I'm sure that many other political figures would not dare to do something like this. take a major step as imposing such massive tariffs. But Donald J. Trump is doing it, and he's determined, he's strong. He made it very clear that he's going to change things, okay, at the global level. And so, Kay Cooper, I was trying to answer your question, and then I think I'm just going into a lot of details. But what has happened over so many decades is that by selling into the United States and not buying enough from the United States, by selling into the United States, a lot of countries have accumulated a lot of wealth. Now, accumulating wealth is not a bad thing. It's a good thing. If countries want to become wealthy, countries can have ambition. Every country wants to be wealthy, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you are accumulating wealth at the expense of the United States, we cannot allow that. If countries are accumulating, if foreign countries are accumulating a lot of wealth, but in an unfair manner, then that is something that we, the United States of America, we cannot allow. So if countries engage in fair trade with the US, and in the process we have a win-win situation, we gain, the other countries gain, that's great. But if countries are selling their products in the US, but they're not buying from us, and there's a trade deficit, so there's this transfer of wealth, we're becoming less wealthy, they're becoming more wealthy at our expense, that is wrong. And so President Trump is taking action to address this situation. I hope it makes sense, okay? Let me know if it doesn't. I'm trying to keep things as simple as possible because, if we want to talk about international trade, we will be stuck here for hours and hours and hours, okay? People spend a lifetime studying these things. So I think that this is exactly what the American people voted for. This is exactly what we, the American people, we voted for. We wanted a leader, and we got a leader who's going to challenge the status quo and who's going to transform a lot of things, including the global trade system. This culture of trade that we have, where we lose and other countries win, it's going to change. And we're not saying we're going to win, they're going to lose. I think President Trump is kind enough, and he's trying to get to a win-win situation. A win-win situation. That's what we want. A win-win situation. I mean, think about simple transactions that we do. Think about simple transactions that we do. Things that we buy. Like, this cup, all right? What a beautiful cup. It is a very beautiful cup, okay? It says Wisconsin. And when I saw this cup, I'm like, this is so beautiful, I want this. And this came with a price tag. I looked at the price tag and I thought, great, yeah, for that price, I want this. And so the business that sold this cup to me, that business made a profit. And I'm also happy because I feel that the price that I paid for this is what I think is fine. I willingly bought this because this makes me happy. Every time I look at it, every time I drink coffee or tea from it, it makes me feel great. And same thing, I'm very happy with my laptop. I'm very happy with the other things I have. And so these transactions are win-win. I like the cup. I paid a price and I bought it. I bought my laptop. And the businesses that sold me these products, they also made a profit selling me these products. So it's a win-win situation. And that's exactly the kind of win-win situation that we want to see at the global level. Yes, we will do trade with other countries. We will do trade with other countries. Other countries will sell their products to us. We will sell our products to them. Okay? And the consumers are going to benefit. Consumers in both countries. Consumers in foreign countries, consumers in the US, businesses in foreign countries, businesses in the US. They'll be win-win on all sides. That is what we're trying to get to. Okay? And of course, our commitment, we the American people, our commitment is to our country. And definitely we are going to look at our country's best interest. There's nothing wrong with that. We are patriots. We are patriots. We love the United States of America. And we always think of America first. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? So, my friends, you know, we have lost a lot. We've been ripped off. We have lost. We have faced losses. And we have been put at a disadvantage while other countries, they gained a whole lot at our expense. And we cannot allow that to happen. Okay? Let's see. I'm going to look at the live chat window. Give me 1 second, my friends. By the way, those who are new here, please subscribe if you have not done so already. Give me 1 second, my friends. So, Kay, I know I gave a very long answer, probably didn't answer your question directly, but I hope whatever I said makes sense. Let me know. Ricardo is here. Hi, Ricardo. Gray59 is here. Who else is here? Let's see. Kay says you made perfect sense. Thank you, Kay. I appreciate that. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm going to quickly review the live chat. I don't think I can read all the comments. Okay. Joseph, if everyone would be fair in their trade agreements, then we could all benefit. Okay, I'm guessing that the word you wrote far, I'm guessing it's a typo. You mean fair, right? That's what I think. Okay. All right. Okay. So, my friends, let's continue. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right. Let me see. I feel like I was going to answer a question, but then I missed a comment, maybe. Okay, so a viewer named Truth Seeker is talking about the stock market. Okay, what about the stock market? Really, tell me. What about the stock market? What happened to the stock market? Is this the first time that we've seen ups and downs in the stock market? Is it the first time? Really? I mean, no, tell me. People complain about the stock market. Oh, the stock market's going down. Oh, the Dow is going down. Yeah, okay. The Dow went down, the Dow's going to go up. The Dow may hit 50,000. Maybe not, maybe it's not that far away. I mean, really, I'm just you see a few days of ups and downs in the stock market, and everyone's just worried about the stock market. Not everyone, but a lot of people on the left. Okay? So what? The stock market went down a couple thousand points. The Dow went down a couple thousand points. So what? It's going to go back up. You have to be patient. You have to look at the long-term trend. It's very simple. You don't have to be a financial analyst. You don't have to be an expert in the stock market. It's very simple. You look at a 1-year graph, okay? See the ups and downs. You look at a 5-year graph. Okay, there'll be ups, there'll be downs. And some days the Dow's not going to move much. Maybe plus 50 or minus 50, whatever. You got to be patient. You have to look at the long-term trend. Okay, so yeah, it's going up and down, but is it trending up over a long period of time, or is it trending down? You have to look at the bigger picture. Do not get stuck with the short term. Look at the long term. Okay? And you got to be patient. My friends, does it make sense? Do you agree with what I said? I feel like people are being so impatient. The Dow goes up and people are like, oh, great day. And then the Dow goes down the next day. People are like, oh my God, the sky is falling. The world's coming to an end. There's a tsunami that's wiping out everything. No. Everything's going to be fine. You just have to be a little patient. Okay? Got to be a little patient. Just wait. Fuzz is here. Hi, Fuzz. Listen, do you understand the kind of prosperity we will enjoy in our country when companies move their production facilities from foreign countries to the United States? Do you understand that? Are you looking at the bigger picture? Or are you simply looking at, oh, what happened to the Dow yesterday? Or the day before? Or the day before that? You're just looking at the short-term picture. You're looking at a few days worth of information or a couple of weeks worth of information. You're not looking at the future. And this is what makes a leader great. A leader thinks about the future, thinks about the long term. Thinks about the long-term prosperity that goes beyond one generation, that's going to have a positive impact for future generations. And yeah, Kara, Exactly. People are talking about, oh, the price of eggs, the eggs have gone up. First of all, ask all these Democrats, those who are complaining about the price of eggs, ask all these Democrats about inflation, about the inflation that we experienced when Biden was in the White House. We had such high inflation, so much of hardship. And I talked about it on this channel. I said, people, when they went for grocery shopping, because prices were so high, people actually exceeded their budgets. So you go to the grocery store with $100, and let's say you want to buy 10 things. All right, let's just, make up a number. $100, 10 things you want to buy. Because of inflation, with that same $100, people were actually able to buy less because everything was so expensive. Now you can't buy 10 things with $100. You can only buy 7. Which 3 items do you forego? People actually had to take stuff out of their grocery cart, put it back on the shelf, because they could not get everything that they needed within their budget. This was the experience of the shoppers during the Biden-Harris administration. Why don't the Democrats talk about that? Why are the Democrats talking about the price of eggs? And the price of eggs, price of eggs started going up when Biden was still in office. Trump came into the office already seeing an upward trend in the price of eggs. This is a problem that he inherited from the previous administration. And everyone's like, all the Democrats. I mean, the Democrats found this one talking point, and that's also an invalid talking point. It's not a logical talking point. It's an invalid talking point. But they got this one talking point. Oh, the price of eggs. Oh, Trump's increasing the price of eggs. No. Think about energy. Energy is the lifeblood of our economy. Energy is the lifeblood of our economy. And what President Trump is doing, he's trying to unleash American energy. He's trying to make sure that we use our natural resources, and we have abundant natural resources. He wants to make sure that we use our natural resources for energy dominance, not just energy independence. I've talked about energy independence, but energy dominance. And if anyone asks you, like, okay, how are you going to compete? How is the United States going to compete globally? Oh, other countries produce certain products for a lot less cost. Okay, how are you going to compete? Well, we will compete with energy. Energy dominance. We have so much of energy resources. It's unbelievable. Okay. I don't think there's a solid estimate about, like, if you want to put a dollar figure on how much of energy we have, how much of, not just energy, is overall natural resources. It's hard to estimate, but it's a lot. It's a lot. And so as long as we have strong energy resources, we are always going to win. We're always going to stay ahead. We're always going to be at the top. We're always going to be global leader. Do you agree with me, my friends? I'm going to pause for a little bit. If you agree with me, Please let me know in the live chat that you agree with me. Let me know if you agree with me. Kay Cooper is saying, yes, I agree. Thank you, Kay. Thank you so much. Okay, B is saying agree. Great. Crockett is here. Hi, Crockett. Freshly says totally agree. Okay. All right, my friends. I'm gonna give me 1 second here. Okay. Make sure, please, my friends, make sure that you are subscribing. Okay. If you're here for the first time, please make sure that you subscribe. Okay. Homestead is saying you're not open-minded. I'm not open-minded. Are you referring to me or to someone else? A viewer is saying you never say my name. I think you just don't like. No, see, your name is. Would you give me your real first name? That way I can address you properly. Ron is here. Ron Cantel. Okay. Like I know, for example, I know Longdon family. You see that name, Longdon family. That's actually Kara. I know the first name. So the viewer who says I never mentioned your name, would you just give me your first name? It's easier. Like Fuzz, I know it's Aaron. Okay. Give me your first name. I'll remember that. Okay, Jeff, if you are trying to like write the same comment over and over again, that is not acceptable. Okay. Okay, it's John. All right, John. Okay, now I'm going to call you John. Thank you, John. So, Jeff, do not write the same comment over and over again. Okay, please do not. Eric is here. Eric. All right. Don't write the same comment over and over again. And please make sure that you're subscribing to this channel to be a part of the community and to join the conversation. Okay, you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I think it's time to put okay, Jeff is going for timeout. All right. Okay. Yeah, Jeff is out. Put him in 24-hour timeout. Okay. Let's see who else is here. DM is going into timeout. All right, 24 hours. I think that should be okay. All right. Anyone else? So let's continue. I think, as I was saying, we have to look at the long-term prosperity. And Ricardo is asking, what does TTTT stand for? TTTT stands for Tausif Tells the Truth. It is something that our friend Swaggy came up with. Swaggy, our friend from California, came up with that. Tausif Tells the Truth. TTTT, okay? So that's what it is, Ricardo. Okay, so look at the long term. Companies feel strongly encouraged to bring their production facility to the US or to expand their existing production facilities in the US. So in the longer run, we're going to see more plants and facilities, more production taking place on US soil, more well-paying jobs in America, better wages, better salaries, better benefits. We're going to see all that right here in the US. So you have to look at the longer term, okay? Look at the bigger picture. And don't listen to the Democrats' talking point. Oh, the eggs, oh, the eggs, oh, the eggs. No. Eggs are going to be fine. Gas price is going to be fine. Grocery prices will go down. Everything's going to be great. It's just going to take a little bit of time. So let's give President Trump some time to fix the problems. Okay, my friends, can we talk about DOGE now? Who wants to talk about DOGE? Who wants to talk about DOGE? Let's see. Tell me if you want to talk about DOGE. Okay, John is saying, let's talk. K. Cooper is saying, yes, DOGE. Eric is saying, yes. All right. My friends, please subscribe if you have not done so already. Okay, Marshmallow. Is that Suzanne? It says Marshmallow. Is that Suzanne? Did you change? It's Suzanne. You changed your screen name. I recognize from the picture. All right. So that's our friend Suzanne. Okay. All right. Okay, that's fine. Suzanne, so good to see you. Suzanne is our friend from Canada. Thank you so much for tuning in, Suzanne. All right. Okay, let's talk about DOGE. DOGE has some shocking findings. It has been reported that DOGE found $382 million in fraudulent unemployment payments since 2020. Shocking. All right, I see somebody trying to spam the live chat here. Yeah, John is saying, wow, that's a lot. That is a lot. Chris is saying, are you sure that it isn't in the billions? Let me check. Great question. No, it's in the millions so far. This number, 382, it's million. Okay, so it has been reported that the Department of Government Efficiency found $382 million in fraudulent unemployment payments since 2020. I mean, think about how our tax dollars were being used. Close to $400 million in fraudulent unemployment payments since 2020. It's crazy. It really is. And here's the main point. You're gonna find this one shocking. But let me pause for a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to say this. Here's the main point. 3 Democrat-led states accounted for $305 million in improper claim payments, according to DOGE. So we hear about $382 million in fraudulent unemployment payments since 2020. And then you got 3 Democrat-led states that accounted for $305 million in improper claim payments. Can anyone tell me what these 3 Democrat-led states are? Can anyone guess what these 3 Democrat-led states are? Don't look it up, just tell me, make a guess. Democrat-led states. Okay, David is saying Washington, okay. Okay, we got David and another David. Another David is saying California, Illinois, and New York. Kay Cooper is saying California, New York. So everyone's saying California. Okay, Eric is saying Illinois. Franny is saying California. Marshmallow is saying Maine. Jan is saying New York. All right. It's California and New York. But what's the third one? One is California, one is New York. What is the third one? Can anyone guess? California is correct. New York is correct. What's the third one? Kay Cooper is saying Vermont. It's not Vermont. Marshmallow is saying Maine. Franny saying Illinois. Tire 887 says Massachusetts. That is correct. It is Massachusetts. That is the correct answer. It is Massachusetts, yes. So it's California, New York, and Massachusetts. Tire 887 is saying, what do I win? There's no prize here. You just make a guess. You get it right. That's great. So, yeah. California, New York, and Massachusetts. Tire 887, excellent guess. Excellent guess. But it is very sad, okay? Now think about what it means. You got 3 states. You got California, New York, and Massachusetts, where there's widespread fraudulent unemployment payments since 2020. Here's the truth. I'm going to share with you the truth, and you tell me what you think, okay? The Democrat-run states cannot manage money. Democrat-run states cannot manage money. Fuzz, Aaron, would you agree? Aaron, let me ask you, because I know Aaron doesn't agree with me a whole lot. So Aaron, let me ask you. Do you agree with my statement when I say that Democrat-run states cannot manage money? Crockett, what do you think? Crockett, let me know. Kara, Longman family. Do you agree with me? Kay Cooper. Kay, tell me. Eric, tell me. David is saying, I agree with you. I've seen it firsthand. I live here in Illinois. Okay. David, where in Illinois do you live? I live in Wisconsin, in southern Wisconsin. I'm not far from Illinois. The Illinois border is like an hour away, I think, by car. So I'm in Madison, Wisconsin. If I keep driving south, I cross Janesville, I cross Beloit, and then you've got the Wisconsin-Illinois state line. So, David, where in Illinois do you live? So a lot of people agree with me. Yes, Democrat-run states cannot manage money. Okay, I see Fuzz's answer. Aaron, I see Aaron's answer. David is saying that David is in northwestern suburbs near the Illinois-Wisconsin border. So you're in the northwest. So you must be somewhere around, I don't know, Schaumburg, Elgin, Marengo. Are you Hoffman Estates? Are you somewhere there? Oh, you're near. Oh, north. Okay, you are near Kenosha. Got it. Kenosha. Yeah. All right. Uh, okay. Oh, Gurney. Northern. Okay. Yeah, Gurney. Got it. Yeah, you just crossed Kenosha. Kenosha County. You cross Kenosha. You got Pleasant Prairie. You cross that, and you are in Illinois. Okay. Ron is in Mississippi, and Ron is saying our governor is considering no taxes. Well, Ron, I actually made a video on that not too long ago. Sometime in the last few weeks, I made a video about Mississippi Governor Reeves, right? That Mississippi is trying to get rid of income tax. Tate Reeves, yeah, I actually made a video about it. Okay, so I'm paying attention to Mississippi. Absolutely. I'm trying to pay attention to what's going on in Mississippi. And I talked about that bill that he signed that's going to eventually eliminate state income tax. Let's see. Okay, David is near Six Flags. All right, great. My friends, will you please tell me, let me pause and ask you this. Who's here for the first time? Who's watching my video for the first time? Anyone who found this channel for the first time? Please let me know. I'm curious. Anyone who is here for the first time, you never watched my video before, and here you are. And okay, Ron and David, great. Okay, David and David, first time. Okay, and Ron, and Franny, and Jan. Okay, will you all please subscribe? Just White Rose is saying me. Okay, Tire 887. You're not here for the first time. Tire 887. Okay. Land Before Time is saying first time. Okay, great. Well, Franny is saying I did already. Okay, so you've subscribed. Will you please subscribe, my friends? I would so very much appreciate that. Paul is saying this is my third time you promote freedom. Thank you, Paul. Crockett is saying Crockett's exhausted, so I'm kind of out of it. Okay, Crockett, you're exhausted of what? You're tired of what? Michael Warren is here. Please subscribe if you have not done so already. Excellent. Chris is here for the first time. Okay. Jan Myers subscribed. Wonderful. Thank you, my friends. John is saying I'll share your video if it helps. It does. You know, the channel had tremendous momentum. We would get thousands and thousands of viewers every night. But then over the last couple of months, I could not keep up with the live streaming, okay? And what that did is it kind of slowed down the algorithm a little bit. Not a little bit, to a great extent. And so we're trying to get back to that level. On one occasion, I had 105,000 views on a live stream, on a single live stream. 105K, 105,000 views. And then several videos with 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 views. I mean, so we're now significantly slow just because I have not been able to keep up with the live streams. So, for example, tonight it's approximately 1,200 viewers so far. Okay, and it's going to be more because we'll continue with the live stream. So, yeah, with your support, we can once again grow. White Rose is asking, where you at? What is your channel about? So I'm in the American Midwest. I'm in the state of Wisconsin. I'm in the city of Madison, and this channel is about social and political issues, both domestic and international. Marshmallow is saying, we've seen your cooking shorts. Yep, I've posted a lot of that. I still have a few that I have not posted, which I will. All right. Thank you, my friends. Oh, okay. Okay, Crockett, I just saw your comment about your mother. Crockett, I just want you to know that we all will be praying for your mother's good health. Okay. We will pray for Crockett's mother. Okay. We will pray for her good health. Absolutely, Crockett. All right. Okay. So everyone, please pray for Crockett's mother. Okay. Keep Crockett's mother in your prayers. All right. So my friends, please support the channel. Subscribe if you have not done so already. Hit the like button, share the video, and we will continue to grow. All right, so let me go back to the discussion. Okay. Democrat-run states cannot manage money. Okay. Democrat politicians don't care about fiscal responsibility. If you expect fiscal responsibility from Democrat elected officials in a state, well, good luck. Good luck, because Democrat politicians, once they are elected to office, once they are elected to city council or state assembly or state senate, they don't care about fiscal responsibility. They don't care about fiscal responsibility. They do not care about accountability. They do not care about transparency. Do you agree with me, my friends? Do you agree with me? Let me know. Tire 887 says yes. Okay. David says, of course. Marshmallow says agree. Crockett says yes, agree. Land says agree. Niresh doesn't agree. Okay, that's all right. Gregory says yes. John says yes. K. Cooper says I agree. Franny says I agree. Okay. Freshly says agree wholeheartedly. David says the bottom line is if it ain't their money, they'll send yours. Yeah. Okay. Frank says agree. All right. Yes. So Democrat politicians, they'll make all kinds of promises. Once they get elected to serve in office, they don't care about fiscal responsibility. They don't care about accountability. They don't care about transparency. So, my friends, we gotta be thankful that we have the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, you have to thank President Donald J. Trump for establishing DOGE. Why is DOGE a reality? Because President Donald J. Trump made it happen. He made DOGE a reality. Donald J. Trump established DOGE and he put Elon Musk in charge. And thank you to DOGE, because we are learning a lot about how our tax dollars have been wasted, how our tax dollars have been spent improperly. And also, DOGE reported that tens of thousands of recipients listed as being over 115 years old and also between the ages of 1 and 5 years, and even those with birth dates that have not even arrived yet, received unemployment benefits. Wow. So many people got unemployment benefits who are more than 115 years old, and also individuals between the ages of 1 and 5 years, and also people whose birth date have not even arrived yet received unemployment benefits. And how do we know all this? Because the Department of Government Efficiency is working hard to find all of this and to make it public, to share with the public the information about all the fraud, waste, and abuse that took place. All the fraud, waste, and abuse that took place. DOGE is finding out all the information and sharing with the public. So we have to be very, very thankful that we have DOGE. My friends, will you say, thank you, DOGE? Will you write that? Hold on. Will you write it in the live chat? Thank you, DOGE. Let's see how many people strongly support DOGE and want to thank DOGE. Kim Nelson is saying, thank you, DOGE. Who else? Let's see. All right, I'm going to read the names here. Kim Nelson is saying, thank you, DOGE. Franny is saying, thank you, DOGE. Crockett is saying, thank you, DOGE. Lefty is saying, thank you, DOGE. Freshly is saying, thank you, DOGE. Jan is saying, thank you, DOGE. Kay Cooper is saying, thank you, DOGE. Marshmallow is saying, thank you, Department of Government Efficiency. DOGE, absolutely. Gina is here. Hi, Gina. Gina is saying, thank you, DOGE and Elon. Yes. All right. So, my friends, DOGE is definitely doing great. John is saying, thanks, DOGE. All right. Okay. So, my friends, unbelievable fraud, waste, and abuse took place, and the Trump administration is working hard to eliminate fraud, waste, and abuse. Okay? And, as time goes by, we will find out more about the great work of DOGE. So DOGE has big plans. DOGE is looking to save a lot of taxpayer money. Reportedly, the US government will save more than $150 billion because of elimination in waste and fraud. And Elon Musk said, okay, this is a quote from Elon Musk. He said, "We anticipate savings in fiscal year 26 from reduction of waste and fraud by $150 billion. And I mean, and some of it is just absurd, like people getting unemployment insurance who haven't been born yet." So big numbers, $150 billion, if we can save that kind of money. And there'll be other savings in many other ways. We're going to have a very bright future. And also remember, there's going to be money coming in because of the tariffs. Our country will be collecting a lot of revenue because of the tariffs. Okay, the tariffs are going to bring us a lot of money. And then as a result of the tariffs, there'll be global realignment when it comes to international trade. And businesses will expand operations on US soil, and a lot of businesses will move their production facilities out of foreign countries and establish production facilities in the US. And that means, as I said, better wages, better jobs, better opportunities, better benefits for American workers. So the future is bright, and we just have to be patient, and we have to be hopeful. We got to be patient. As Gina said, winning. Yes, we are winning, and we will keep winning. All right. My friends, I'm going to wrap up this live stream. So let's see. All right. So Gina is saying promises made and kept. Exactly. Exactly. Okay, I'm going to end the poll now. The question is, are you happy with DOGE's performance so far? I'm going to end the poll. 119 votes. 57% said yes, meaning 57% of the respondents are happy with the performance of the Department of Government Efficiency so far. So thank you, everyone who responded. I appreciate that very, very much. An overwhelming support for DOGE. 57% of the respondents happy with DOGE's performance. So great. Selena, I see Selena is here. So my friends, I'm gonna end. I'm gonna end this live stream now. I'm gonna wrap it up, but I will do more live streams and more videos. So please stay connected to my channel. Subscribe if you have not done so already. Please subscribe. All right. I hope you all have a wonderful night, and I'll be back again with more live stream and more videos. So thank you, everyone. May God bless you all. May God bless our President, Donald J. Trump. May God bless the Trump administration. May God bless the United States of America. May God bless our U.S. allies. And may God bless freedom-loving people all over the world. Thank you once again, my friends. Have a wonderful night. And remember, together, we will make America great again. Thank you all. Have a wonderful night, my friends. And I'll see you very soon. Thank you.